بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 9. We are in model 5, lesson 3. Scatter plots and lines of fit. Scatter plots and lines of fit. In this lesson, we want to learn what the meaning of scatter plots. So a vibrate date consists of pairs of values, and a scatter plot is a graph of a favorite data that consists of ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. Using this, a scatter plot can help you see the trend or general pattern. Trend means the general pattern in the data. Trends can represent a linear or nonlinear associations in the data. Trends can be described as a positive or negative correlations. So as you see, we have 3 cases: positive correlation and negative correlation and no correlation. When you have increase in the X and increase in the Y, the points will be like this. So the relation here means increasing, so the correlation will be positive. When you have increase in the X but decrease in the Y, increase in the X but decrease in the Y, the point will be like this. So here we have negative correlation. And the third case, no related between the points, no related, like this, means no correlation. Notice that in the graphs for positive and negative correlations, many of the points from clusters of points that slope upward or downward points outside of clusters are outliers. For example, evaluate correlation. So as you see from the graph here, if you choose any point, then study the values of X, you have here increasing in the height. And study the values of Y in each point, you will note here increasing also in the weight. So increasing in the X, increasing in the Y means the correlation here of the points will be positive. Because you have increase in the X and increase in the Y. هلا هون النقاط مجمعة بس بنفس المكان. بس الظاهر العام للنقاط انه هي في زيادة. تمام؟ لأنه التجمع شو عم يصير فيه؟ نحو الزيادة. ففي الحالة شو بنسميه؟ positive. بنسميه positive correlation. In the second case here, as you see, if you study the values of X in each point, we have increases in the X, but in the Y we have decreases. And from the points here, as you see, we have decreases, means this is negative. This is negative correlation. The second idea in this lesson, lines of fit. A lines of fit is used to describe the trend of the data in a scatter plot. So The first step, we want to make a scatter plot. Plot each point of the data and determine whether any relationship exists in the data. Then draw a line that closely follows the trend in the data. Then write an equation. Use 2 points on the line of it to find the slope of the line and create an equation for the line using the slope and the point on the line. Then the last step, make applications. Use the equation of the line of fit to make applications about unknown data. Linear exploration is the use of a linear equation to predict values that are outside of the range of data. Linear interpolation is the use of the linear equation to predict values that are inside of the data range. For example, write an equation for a line of fit. The table shows the average cost of a jet bought in the years after 2000. Write an equation to represent the data, then use the equation to predict the cost of a jet bought in 2005 and 2025. In 25 and 2025. So as you see in the table here, we have in the first column here the values of the years and the cost. And here the same idea. You can create the coordinate plane, then you can choose the values from here. So each year and each cost, you will get the order birth. This is the first point, the second point, the third point, etc. So you can represent the points here in the graph. Then you can match between them, you will get this line fit. And as you see, if you study the correlation here, we have in the x-axis, we have increases, means increases in the years, because as you see here also we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means we have increasing. And we have increasing also in the y. As you see here, if you study the points, the numbers here, you will note here we have increasing. So increasing in the x, increasing in the y means the correlation here will be positive. And we have here the line of fit. Then we want to write the equation. How to write the equation? Use the same form, y minus y1 equal m, multiply between parentheses x minus x1. So at the first we want to find the slope. So m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We can choose 2 points from the table. Choose any 2 points. It's up to you. Then you can substitute the values inside the slope. For example, here y2, 32,752 minus y1 will be negative 25,108. x2 will be 10, x1 will be 5. Then we can solve. You will get the value of the slope will be 1,528.8. Then you can use this form. Then substitute, choose any point from the table, substitute the values inside this equation. So for example, the value of y1, here the value of the slope, the value of x1, then simplify this equation, you will get this equation in the standard form. Then the last step here, predict the cost in 25. From 20 to the 25, we have 5 years. From 20 to the 25, we have 5 years. So we can represent the value of x in the same equation, with the value of x 5. Then you can solve. You will get the answer will be about 25,108. And if you want to predict the cost in 2025 From 20 to 25, you have 25 years. From 20 to 25, you have 25 years. So you can represent the value of x, 25. Then you can solve, you will get the cost. You will get the cost. And the same idea when we have table. When we have table, the first row here, we have the weight. The second row here, we have the milk. If you, each two numbers represent point, ordered pairs, represent points. So we have 5, 12, 7, 16, 10, 20, 15, 28, 20, 32. So you can represent the points in the graph. And as you see, we have increasing in the x, increasing in the y means we have positive correlation. We have positive correlation. Then we want to find the equation. We can find the slope, choose 2 points, find the slope, then substitute in the equation. You will get this equation. You will get this equation. Yes. If you choose any point from this point, you will get the same equation. No change in this equation. Then we have the value of x here. Use the equation from part A to predict the amount of milk needed for a 17-pound goat and a 55-pound goat. So 17-pound goat means 30.5 ounces, and 55-pound goat will be 78.5 ounces. How to get this answer? You can represent here the value of x17, then you can solve, you will get 30.5, then you can here evaluate the value of x here will be 55, then you can solve, you will get here, the answer will be 87.5. This is our lesson for today. Now we have some practice about this lesson. في هيك وفي هيك. كل شيء درسناه هلا بالدرس رح نشوفه هون. Scatter plots and lines of it. The question: determine whether each scatter plot shows a positive, negative, or no correlation. If the correlation is positive or negative, describe its meaning in the situation. As you see here in the first example, from the points we have increasing in the x and increasing in the y. So it means we have positive. So positive, as the number of items sold increases, the amount of money raised increases. So we have positive. Here, as you see, no related. No related. So it means no correlation. No correlation. As you see here, we have increasing in the x, but we have decreasing in the y. So we have negative correlation. So as the number of weeks since a movie was released increases, the attendance decreases. In this example here, as you see, we have increases in the x and we have increases in the y. So it means we have positive. As the number of houses sold increases, earning increases. In this example here, as you see, we have increases in x and also we have increases in y. So we have positive. So as the number of hours spent studying increases, test scores increases. As you see here, no related. So no correlation. No correlation. Decreasing in x, increasing in x, decreasing in y. So as you see, we have negative. So as age increases, the number of hours of sleep decreases. And as you see here, the same idea, negative. Here, positive. Here, no related, no correlation, no correlation. Here, negative. Here, positive. But the second idea in this lesson, listen to this example. The scatter plot shows the number of pairs of shoes a store has left in stock from a shipment given the number of days since the shipment arrived. So use the point. We have 2 points here, 195 and 645, to write an equation of the line of fit in slope-intercept form. Let x be the number of days since the shipment arrived. So I want to remember you the standard for y equal mx plus b. And we have the point for y equal, this is the slope form in a standard form, and the point for y minus y1 equal m, multiply between parentheses x minus x1. Then as you remember, the value of slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We have 2 points and we want to write the equation. The first step, start to solve the slope. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So y2 means 45 minus y1, 95. Then x2 means 6 minus x1, 1. (45 minus 95 will be negative 50. And 6 minus 1 will be 5. Negative divided by positive will be negative. 50 divided by 5 will be 10. So the value of slope will be negative 10. Then you can choose the first point or the second point. It's up to you, no problem. So I will choose the first point. Then substitute in this equation. Y minus y1 minus 95 equal m negative 10 multiply between parentheses x minus x1 will be 1. So we want to remove negative 95 from this side to keep the variable alone. So we can add the inverse, add positive 95 to the two sides. Positive 95 and negative 95 will be 0, remains here y equal. We can use distributive property here. Negative 10 times x, negative 10 times x will be negative 10x. Then negative 10 times negative 1 will be positive 10 plus 95. Ten plus 95 will be 105. So this is the equation. If the trend continues, show how many pairs of shoes will be left in stock 10 days after the shipment arrived. Go back to the same equation, y equal negative 10 times x. Put the value of x 10 days. Put the value of x here 10 days. So multiply by 10 plus 105. So y equal minus 10 times 10 will be minus 100 plus 105. So the answer will be 5. And you see, as you see here, we have negative in the slope. So as you see here from the graph, we have negative correlation. From the scatter plot here, we have negative. And here, as you see, we have negative. In this example, the scatter plot shows the revenue of a bookstore over a period of weeks. Use the points 2 and 1,190 and 7 and 1,350 to write an equation of the line of it in slope-intercept form. Let x be the number of weeks. So x means the number of weeks. So start from the, yes, this is here positive correlation. Right. I want to from all to try to solve the slope. Then tell me please, what is the value of slope here? Use the 2 points here, the first point here, the second point here, and please solve the slope. Then tell me what is the value of slope. Okay, who can tell me what is the stop here? Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Great work, Michelle. I will add to you 1 marks. Right. Listen to me, please. You can use the 2 points here. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So y2 means 1,350 minus y1 will be 1,190 over x2 means 7 minus x1 will be 2 here. So you can calculate here 1,190 minus 1,350. 0 minus 0, 0. Is it correct here? This operation is correct here? Not correct. Why? Because always in the subtraction, put the big number up, not down. Okay? So we have 1,350 and 1,190. So 0 minus 0, 0. Then 5 minus 9. You cannot do this operation. Borrow 1 from here. Here will be 2. Here 15. 15 minus 9, 6. Then 2 minus 1, 1. 1 minus 1, 0. So the answer will be negative or positive. The big number positive. So the sign of the big number positive. So 160. Then 7 minus 2 will be 5. And 160 divided by 5 will be 32. So as you see, the slope will be positive because here we have positive. The slope will be positive because here we have positive. Then substitute in the same equation y minus y1. You can choose the first point or the second point. For example, I will choose here this point. So y minus y1 minus 1,190 equal the value of m will be 32 multiplied by x minus 2. Then prepare this equation to be like the standard form. And we want to remove negative 1,190 from this side, so we can add the inverse. To the two sides. (1,190) minus 1,190 will be 0. It means here y equal, use distributive property here, 32 times x will be 32x. Then 32 times negative 2 will be negative 64 plus 1,190. Simplify this equation, so y equal 32x plus 1,126. The second idea, if the trend continues, what will the revenue be in week 15? So X represents the number of weeks. X represents the number of weeks. How many weeks we have? 15. So go back to the same equation and represent the value of X. 15. Represent the value of X, 15. Then express this expression 32 times 15 plus 1,125, you will get 1,606. I will send to you the PowerPoint to study from the PowerPoint. Then I will send to you the extra practice and the answer of this extra practice. And I want to from all to try to solve the all exercises here inside this extra practice. Try to do it with yourself. And if you have any question, you can ask me on the next month, inshallah. Okay? Who has any question about this lesson? Great. So this is our period for today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend and Jum'ah Mubarak for all. See you inshallah on the next Monday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.